Okay, so if you had the opportunity to travel back in time and fix mistakes that you've made in your life, would you do it? Here's a look at what might happen.
State the reason for your trip.
To stop a triple murder.
The hardest thing is not knowing what happened to me.
I would like to think that I meant something to you.
So that is the newest season of Plan B. It's a drama series about a mysterious time travel agency that allows Officer Mia Coleman to go back in time and change the outcome of a tragic event. The lead of the show, actor Vinessa Antoine, joins me this morning with a sneak peek into season 2. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, so season 2, all new characters, right?
All new characters, all new storyline, all new cast.
What is it about the storyline that really drew you in?
I think, you know, the thing about this is I never think about this as a time travel show, even though it actually is. It drew me in because of the story and the mental health component of this. That was the thing that was like, okay, there's something different here.
Yeah, and it's going to draw the audience in as well, right? I mean, just the topic of this and talking about mental health and the way the storyline works. And I read that in order to prepare for this role, that you did work with police consultants, is that right? So how did that work? What did you do?
So they set me up with a wonderful gentleman who trained me with guns and with the stunt work. I did all the stunts myself, and I wanted to, you know, but I wanted to be really correct with, you know, how to hold the gun and how to actually conduct myself as a, you know, as a real police officer in Montreal.
What was that like, that whole experience?
I actually loved it.
You did?
At first, I was a little scared, but then he was like, you're actually good. And we did all these amazing, like, you know, cadet training and, like, all these little combat training. And I was like, oh, I actually like this thing.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
What was the most surprising thing about that training that you did for you?
That I was actually a good shot.
Nice. Have you ever fired before?
I fired when I was much younger. That's like a birthday present.
Right.
And I was way off. But this time I kind of lasered it and I was like, huh, I'm actually good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool way to prep. This summer you became a member of the Writers Guild of Canada, and you mentioned you might be joining the Directors Guild next. Is that right?
I mean, that's the hope.
That's the hope?
That's knock on wood. But I've got a show with my producer, my best friend, who's a co-creator, is producing a show with me, and it's in development with Shaftesbury. So we're writing in the
Can you tell us anything about it?
I can't tease too much about it, just because it's sort of on the wraps, but it's in development.
What does that process look like for you in terms of the writing?
Well, listen, I have a whole new appreciation for writing, for writers. You know, now it's a different ballgame when you have a deadline.
Yeah, big time.
And you've got pages to turn in and you've got story to come up with. So, I mean, I love it, but the pressure to get things done in a timely manner, different ballgame.
Well, and it's so interesting. We talk to a lot of writers and authors on this show, and writers in different capacities, and I'm always so fascinated by what your day looks like, because when you have a deadline and you've got something set, do you wake up and do you set a couple hours aside? Is that what you do?
I have to. I mean, there was a time where I thought I could just sort of lounge and mill about the day, and, you know, I'll set my computer up here and set it up here, and I'll have coffee here, and I'll go to a coffee shop here. No. I've got to really treat it and be really rigid. So I wake up 4:30. I like to set everything up perfectly in my little writer's desk and have my coffee.
You do that early in the morning?
That early, because I've got to get, when my brain actually can function. Anything after 8, I really become an idiot.
It's like me. It's like when the show's done, I can't speak. People tell me that I mumble throughout the day. I'm like, really? But I speak for a living. Maybe because I've got it all out in the morning. You know what I mean? 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., smart as a whip. After that, I'm done. What do you want people to take away from the show?
I mean, first of all, I want them to be entertained. You know, it is fun. It's an interesting way to look at time travel. You know, this isn't the typical time travel show where you're going back and doing interesting things. This is thinking about what you would do if you actually had the opportunity to go back and change something. Like, would you do it? If you had to pay a price, an affordable price.
Would you do it? Can I ask you that? Would you do it? Is there something in your life, you don't have to disclose what it is, but is there something in your life you'd go back?
I'll say this. As long as it was after my children, there are a few things I would change.
Ooh, the mystery continues. Vanessa, great to have you on this morning. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, everybody. Now I need to know.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.